Hello, fellow YouTubers. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video explaining what Quantum Leap is and Doctor Who is. Because I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying, what is Quantum Leap in Doctor Who? Well, I'm going to start off by saying Quantum Leap was a show. They're both science fiction shows. Quantum Leap had a successful run and it ran for 5 seasons on NBC from 1989 to 1993. That starred Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. The show was about this man who built a time machine. This time machine was designed that he could travel within his own lifetime. And it was a government-funded experiment, but he was going to lose funding, so he prematurely stepped into this machine and vanished. He woke to find himself suffering from partial amnesia, which they explained later on was a Swiss cheese brain, Swiss cheese memory, if you will. And then he would realize when he would look into the mirror, he would see someone else's image. Because it was like that. Because they saw him, he looked and sounded like the person he leaped into. But the person he leaped into went to his own timeline, so whenever he looked in the mirror, he saw himself. You know. But anyway, he was leaping around in time with a friend called Al Kalawichi, who was the Project Observer, and he appeared in the form of a hologram that only he could see and hear. And furthermore, he stayed in contact with an artificial intelligence supercomputer known as Ziggy. And she was giving him like proclamations about how to do things. And then he realized that he was driven by an unknown force like God or time was leaping around putting right what once went wrong. So in every episode he would put right what once went wrong. Al would tell him this is what happened in the original series, the original history, and he would go on to say what happened. Then at the end, Al would sit there and say, well, you've changed history, and he would leap out with a flash of blue light, and then he would realize, then at the end of every episode, he said, oh boy. So with that being said, this is the end of part 1 of my story on one of my favorite TV shows. Till next time, bye.